fix the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd prefer you fix it.
They're not going to do that.
I know. Okay. Well, the last thing we had was to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. Again, we don't really have time to go in depth on this beast of a topic.
It's up to you. I'm happy to go as long as you want to go, but if you want to stop, we can stop.
I think we should just make a few comments.
Just do quick.
I don't want to spend too long on this.
That's fine. Yeah, we don't have to. Yeah.
The quick thoughts are: this game reviewed well. The people that play it enjoy it. However, due to the nature of everything that is not within the game, but rather from J.K. Rowling being an absolute piece of shit human being, specifically, people who are streaming it are being, I guess we'll just stick with harassed. They're being harassed, targeted for playing the game, due to the fact that J.K. Rowling is a TERF, anti-trans individual. I will say that it's not just one case. There are multiple streamers that have been targeted. One of the groups that gets targeted more heavily, I think, is like a VTuber community group, because that group is seen more of a trans ally group.
Yeah.
A lot of I would say that the percentage of trans people is higher in that group than just any other. A couple of VTubers have been bullied as well, prominent ones, to the point of like breaking down on stream after being harassed. And some of them, they do this thing, it's called you graduate. The idea is your character is no longer going to be used. The character that is that persona will no longer be used. The person that's streaming behind the character will maybe continue as another character, or just become an like a like just regular like webcam streamer, but that character is no longer going to be streaming.
Yeah.
So some people have actually done that, where they have just said, I am done. The harassment has been to such a bad degree that I'm done. People doxing them. I don't know. I think that's like been what I've seen. The people in particular, I think Silver Veil was one. She's a VTuber. There's one other, but there's also streamers that are not VTubers that are being harassed and targeted. A lot of various arguments are being thrown one way or the other. The predominant ones that I've seen on both sides are I'm not necessarily saying I agree with one way or the other. I'm just saying that some people have said, why aren't you targeting this harassment from the streamer to like boycott Universal Studios or Legos? Why are you attacking people for this video game? You should boycott all this. Obviously, there are others that like you shouldn't harass a streamer because it's, they're just playing the game. Whatever J.K. Rowling has to do with it has nothing to do with the streamer playing it. You shouldn't harass them. Things like that. So I don't know what your particular opinion on this is, but I just know that I feel like the game is not being talked about. It's literally everything outside of the game scope that is being discussed. This is like one of the most controversial things in for a game I think I've seen in quite a bit.
This could have been the best game ever made, and it wouldn't have mattered.
I don't think it would have mattered. Yeah.
It could have been the best or the worst game ever made, and it wouldn't have mattered. In reality, it came out as like a pretty darn good game. Like, not the best game ever made, but probably the best Harry Potter game ever made, to be honest.
I think that's fair. Fair.
I know people probably like the Lego Harry Potter games, but those are different. But what I think is that, as you mentioned, and I agree with you, J.K. Rowling is a terrible person, being anti-trans, anti-anything, to be honest, and being outward and, sort of... I'm not finding the word that I want, but being, attacking groups of people, basically supporting anti-trans things or anti-anything organizations is, not a way to live your life. Hate is not really constructive in any way. It's kind of, it's just kind of pointless. You're using your energy on other things. And I get boycotting the game and not wanting people to buy the game and not wanting people to play the game. And I know that this community gets bullied and harassed and is treated horribly by lots of people, not just J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
But doing the exact same thing to people that other people do to you because they're playing a video game, or really for any reason, A, it's not the way to win allies to your cause, and B, it's just wrong and inappropriate in every way. Like, you can go into someone's stream and say, I don't appreciate, playing this game, I don't think you should play this game. But going in there and saying that, you're a terrible person, you're anti-trans, you blah, whatever they're saying, I don't know what they're saying, is, again, harassing people is not okay. Again, saying one comment that, like, hey, I wish you wouldn't play this game, I don't support this, I'm not gonna watch you when you play this game, okay, fine, I guess. You can voice your displeasure, but going to, again, harassment, doxing, it's inappropriate under any circumstance. Look, and as I said, obviously this community is one that is, again, bullied and harassed a lot by lots of different people, as I said. But again, treating other people the same way that you're treated it's not appropriate. It's not a way to win any goodwill or allies. It's just not constructive.
Right.
It's just wrong. It's just not. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I mean, look, if you disagree with someone playing that game, I don't even think you need to go in there and tell them that.
Yeah, just don't watch.
You don't have to watch.
Or unfollow. Or if you really
them.
hate it that much, just unfollow and don't watch them again.
You can unfollow them.
Find somebody else.
You don't have to associate with them. If you want to go to the step of educating someone, I think the best thing to do would be maybe to privately message them if you're comfortable with that, if you have like a relationship with them. I mean, if you don't have any relationship with a person, like if I just see a random person streaming Hogwarts Legacy and I disagree to the point where I just wanted to boycott the game and boycott anybody doing it, I just don't think I'd watch them and associate with them. I just say, okay, well, this is clearly somebody I don't want to associate with, and that's that. I know that there are people that allow their passions to get the best of them. As you can see, I do, especially when it concerns Suicide Squad, apparently. Mm-hmm. That being said, if I felt strongly enough where I didn't want any of my friends to play this game, and I saw somebody doing that, I would directly message them. I would explain my disagreement, and I'd explain, hey, I don't think you should play this game, and here's why. I had somebody do that to me, actually. I had said, maybe I was talking to somebody, and I said, I'm thinking of playing this game. And they very directly told me that they didn't think it was a good idea.
You mean Hogwarts? I assume you mean Hogwarts.
Correct. Yeah. I won't say who it was, just because I'm trying to be respectful. And I do appreciate this person's opinion. And they said, I don't think you should play it. Here's why. I don't think you should stream it. Here's why. I think it's a bad idea. And I think that given this person's reputation, which I fully understand, I don't think you should do it. And I accepted that opinion, and that's why I haven't played it, nor streamed it, nor even wanted to go near it, because I do respect their opinion, and I also respect what the meaning of the opinion is. That's the way I would conduct myself if I agreed with somebody. I'm not going to tell my friends not to play it, and if someone does play it, that's their decision. But I think if I'm somebody that truly feels like I need to go out of my way to tell everybody, I don't know. I wouldn't harass anybody about it. I wouldn't put them down. I wouldn't dox them and reveal their information if I knew it to the internet. I don't think necessarily to the point that some people are like, why don't you go boycott Universally or Legos? You don't have to necessarily universally boycott everything all the time at every step of the way. Like, J.K. Rowling has a lot of different revenue streams. To, like, get to like have people tell you you should just go to Universal and boycott there if you care so much. That also doesn't scream to me the right logic in this situation. If it's not like I have to boycott Universal Studios to have this opinion, and it doesn't unjustify my opinion because I didn't go to Universal Studios to boycott it. And Spoon, I'm saying this because I've seen people do this. They're like, why don't you just go to Universal and boycott? J.K. Rowling makes more money there. And I'm like, well, that doesn't mean I, like, just because I disagree, like, doesn't mean I have to boycott every step of the way and, like, go out and boycott it to, like, get my point across. And that's one of the reasons why people are doing it to this game. It's easier to go after people on Twitter and their streams for this game than drive to Universal and do it there.
To go to Universal and actually protest at Universal. Yeah.
Right. And it also, like, you don't have to protest at Universal to make a point or to tell somebody why something is wrong. So, I don't know. Like, I've seen some TikToks, people sharing, like, see, this person's got a based opinion. I'm like, that's not correct, though. That's not the way you should look at it. I also think the other thing is, if you think that you want to go to the degree of harassing other people, I have a suggestion. I suggest you take that energy specifically. I'm not saying you go to Universal, but how about instead of harassing them, particularly random people you don't know, like strangers, instead of harassing them, go find some online causes or some local stuff and go contribute.
Yeah.
Go contribute there, because clearly people have like hours of time to spend there. I think you could do a lot more good somewhere locally or online. There's there's various online communities to support. Go support there. And I'm not telling you to donate either. You don't have to donate money to support something.
Yeah, I mean, well, speaking of that, I saw some like on some like streamers and like YouTubers and stuff that like they did, like they wanted to play the game on stream because they wanted to play the game, and like B, it's a popular game, it's good for the stream, like other than the possible like harassment. But they're like, but here's what I'm gonna do, because I know people are against it. I will do the stream, but while I'm streaming this game, like either all or a portion of the revenue is gonna go to like help like trans causes, pro trans causes, or they're gonna donate to it, or they're gonna run like a charity event like during the stream for that game. And the people who were harassing and like against this game were still like, no, that's not okay. You still like and they still are just like, no, you shouldn't do that. That's stupid. Like, why would you do that? It's like, what do you mean? Like, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Like, I don't get it.
I think that is a good idea to try and say, look, like I don't agree with the things that J.K. Rowling says. So while I'm playing this game, I'd like to do some charity work as well. I think that's good. It means that the person is aware that there is this cloud overhead, and that they want to contribute. To people that are like, don't do that, part of it, I don't know, that seems weird. It's like, well, I understand your big argument is that J.K. Rowling doesn't deserve the money. But look, like, other people are buying it, and I know that your particular streamer that you watch is playing it. But look, they're trying to do something. They're trying to contribute something. I think that is valuable. I don't follow the people who spend their every ounce of their energy harassing and doxing people. I really do believe that if you are that passionate about something, to go after to that degree someone, I think you can do more with that energy locally in your local communities. And I do think online communities, there are other ways to contribute to these things. But doxing people and harassing them and like bullying them, look, I don't think that's the right use of it.
It's never the answer. It's not constructive.
It's not
constructive.
And if you're passionate about it and you want to contribute with money, like, you can do that. I know not everybody does have that money. That's fine. Like, you don't have to donate money. Donate your time. Donate some time. I'm not telling you to drive to Universal Studios. not everyone can do that, obviously, and not everybody does need to do that. But like, you could do something locally. There are definitely local organizations and more communities than I would know about that would be more than happy to take on somebody for like an hour of volunteer time, or, you know, there are definitely online support groups that could use more volunteers. I just don't get this. I'm like, look, if you're this angry and you want to go to the point of doxing people, like, don't you think that energy can be spent volunteering somewhere? I don't get it. Like, for me, I'm particularly passionate about like my aquariums. Like, I love aquariums, and the reason why I like aquariums too is because they do a lot of research and conservation work. So like, when I contribute to an aquarium, I feel like I'm contributing to their efforts for ocean conservation. So like, when I go, like, that's what I'm paying it for, and that's my way of trying to support things that I care about. Is like, I go and support those things, and I contribute. Maybe I donate. But like, me going out, even just going to the aquarium, to me is like, I am providing some kind of monetary assistance, because those aquariums are nonprofits. So
yeah,
that's like my way of supporting that. And that's like, for me, an hour of time to do that, and I like it, and I'm passionate about it. I don't go up to people on the beach when they throw, or like, I don't go up to people who are using plastic. Like, I'm using plastic right now for this, and like, plastic is just not a good thing. Like, it's really bad because it gets into the ocean and it causes way more problems than you can imagine. But I don't go to people who are like getting a Starbucks coffee, get up in their face and go, "How dare you use that plastic bottle, you son of a bitch!" And like, I don't get in their face and like attack them or like threaten them. That's not like the best use of my energy. If I care about something like that, that's not necessarily the best use of my energy. That energy could be much better served if I like did some of these volunteer efforts that a lot of these places do. Like, I'm sure the aquarium, like Monterey Bay Aquarium, for example, you know, you could go to those beaches and help clean up. There are a lot of different groups that do that. They clean up to try and help. That's where your energy should be served, in my opinion. I think that's where that energy needs to go. And I feel the same way in this case. Obviously, it's not like apples to apples, but I think you should just, if you're really this passionate and you want to be an ally, be an ally. Don't be an asshole.
Yep.
So that's kind of my full opinion on this. Is I want people to send that energy somewhere else.
Yeah.
That would do good.
Take all that negative energy and turn it into positive
Exactly.
energy. Actually help the cause instead of like attacking people who you perceive to be against the cause because of a video game, which is...
And you turn others against you.
Yeah, exactly. You just, like, when you act that way, you're just turning people against you. Any goodwill you may have generated from J.K. Rowling being a terrible person and, like, you know, trying to boycott Harry Potter because of her terrible views, like, you just lost by being total jerks to people on the internet, basically.
Exactly.
So.
And that's just that. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I think we wanted to get across here, is like, this game in particular has generated a lot of this. It's gonna, you know, this game's already been out a month. It's gonna keep kind of like fading as far as the, like, a lot of the big streamers at this point are done with this game.
Yeah, they finished. I mean, it's a single player game. Like, you play through it and you're done.
You're done. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know. I don't have anything else to add on to that. That was kind of what I wanted to get across personally. And
yeah. I mean, I think what we went over is basically what the point should be, is that, like, harassing people is not productive or constructive, and you should take that negative energy instead of harassing people for playing a video game and put it in a constructive manner, as opposed to just being a keyboard warrior on Twitter and Twitch and wherever, YouTube, wherever else. Like,
and that's pretty much it. So, let me go back over here.